The skeletal system. What is the skeletal system? The skeletal system is the structure for your body. It's the internal framework. It gives your body shape, allows movement, it makes blood cells, it provides protection for your important organs, and it stores minerals. It can also be called the musculoskeletal system. It consists of bones, connective tissues, cartilage, tendons, and ligaments. The skeleton allows movement. It helps you stand and move, and it supports your body weight. Tissue and muscle work together for mobility so that you can move around.
Bones. There are 5 different kinds of bones. Long bones, short bones, flat bones, sesamoid bones, and irregular bones. First, long bones. They're the bones that are in your arms, in your legs. I will show you an example of them. Donatello. He will be my explanation for how I get these bones. Okay? So as I've showed you, long bones. Long bones. These bones here, the bones that are in your arms. Flat bones. Flat bones. The bones on Donatello's skull, the ones here, those are the flat bones. Third, irregular bones. The irregular bones are the bones such as the spine, the pelvic bone, such as our back spine, this one. They are called irregular bones because spine. Fourth, short bones. Short bones you would think are like your fingers, but no, those are your long bones. Short bones are the bones here in your tootsies and in your hands. Feet.
Don't get any of this out in the video.
Okay. Fifth and final. Sesamoid bones. Donatello does not have Donatello does not have sesamoid bones. Sesamoid bones are the bones like your kneecaps. Kneecaps.
The skeletal system is very important, but it can't do anything by itself. All of the body systems in the human body have to work together to be able to function properly. Every system gives something to another system and also takes something from a system. The skeletal system, it works with almost all of the systems because it protects so many things and it's such an important part of our structure. I'll go through all of the main ones that the skeletal system has to work with other systems to be able to cooperate. First, there's the urinary system. The urinary system removes waste from the skeletal system, and the skeletal system protects kidneys. The circulatory system delivers oxygenated blood to the bones, and the bones protect the heart. The muscular system works with the skeleton to move, and the tendons and give support, and the muscular and skeletal system actually work really closely together because without either of them, you couldn't move. The digestive system, the bones protect the esophagus, stomach, mouth, and they provide nutrients for the bones, and then the bones protect everything. It also protects the liver and the pancreas and a ton of other things. And then the respiratory system protects the vocal cords and diaphragm and provides oxygen to the bones. and it also removes carbon dioxide and waste, as well as the urinary system. And then there's the nervous system, which controls movement or voluntary movement, like moving your hand. And the nervous system helps you move all of the muscular and skeletal system things. And the skeletal system protects the brain and spinal cord for the nervous system. And all of these systems couldn't work without one another, so it's really important that we have all of them.
Well, as I will now be explaining what is inside of your bones. As you can see, this is what I will be covering in what is inside the bones. Just like how I told you what different kinds of bones are, I will be telling you what are some types of things inside the sticks inside your body. First off, subchondral tissue. That is what is underneath your joints and allows you to move. Secondly, cancellous tissue. It is the tissue in your bones. It is what some people call the spongy bone or the soft bone. It looks like a honeycomb, basically, inside your bones. It looks real weird. Say you crack open a beehive, you let the bees go, that's what's in you. Bone marrow. When we dissected the chickens and you cracked open the bones and all that weird stuff inside, most of that was bone marrow. It's kind of good, doesn't taste very good, but what it mainly does is it makes the red blood cells that flows through your body. Compact tissue. Other people call it the hard bone. When you kill a human and pull out their bones, that's what you will see first. It's their hard bone. It's the bone. Next, subchondral tissue. Now, let me tell you about the subchondral tissue. Oh, it is so cool. It is the layering on the outside of your bone. That's what that is. Like a little thin, like a banana, and they have the banana peel. It's not that. It's not that thick. Think of it more like, LaCroix. You take a look. No. I don't know if you guys know this, but it's called rice paper, right? It's like a paper, and then when you dip it in water, it gets real thin, kind of like subchondral tissue, and it's really good. You put some carrots and celery in there, put some meat that's seasoned. It's really good. It's a lot like subchondral tissue. Inside of bones.
Bones are super important, and we need them to live, but there are a lot of diseases that can weaken our bones, or causes that can cause them to not work as well. For example, one thing that I'm sure you guys are quite familiar with, which is fractures, which is basically just a partial break or a full break in your bones, which can be caused because of quite a few reasons, either because stress or trauma, overuse, or because of diseases that can weaken your bones.
Okay, right. That doesn't matter. When you think about it, fractures, who even gets those? No one. You ever hear of Michael Jordan? He never had a fracture. You know what Michael Jordan did have? The famous basketball player of the 1980s. He had sprains. Spell it with me. S-P-A. Nope. Hold on. S-P-R-A-I-N-S. Strains. Right? You know what those are? You would think it's when your bones get extended like Mr. Extendo Man. They're not. The joints. Have I told you about those? No, I haven't. Alright, joints are the little things like in your elbow that allow you to bend like this, do the windmill, or the windmill, and then it's the little things here, but without those, you would just be walking around like this. That wouldn't be so fun, would it? So, sprains are when the things in between your joint and your bone get a little bit brokey, so it hurts to move. If you ever played sports, or have walked more than a mile, you probably know what a sprain is. You know, I'm going to keep that up there because it's important.
You know what's more important than sprains? Arthritis. People all over the world are suffering every day because of this. Sprains are also in the joints, but do you know what else is in the joints? Arthritis, which is the inflammation of joints, which can weaken our bones and our joints, and it can get worse with age, and it causes a lot of pain. And it's just a lot worse than sprains.
Get out. Get out. Arthritis? Come on. Arthritis? Come on. Is that even real? I don't think so. Arthritis? Arthur isn't even a real person, right? He's an aardvark. Arthur the aardvark. Not even real. Anyway, you know what is real? Tendons, right? Tears, that's what I meant. Tears in the tendons. Tendons, right? Part of the skeletal system. It's what connects your muscles and your bones. It makes the muscles be able to, like, it connects your muscles to the bones, so then your muscles can move your bones and your bones can support your muscles. And without those, guess what? We wouldn't be working. So when you tear a tendon, we can't move very well, and it hurts a whole lot. And we don't like hurting over here, okay? So you don't want to tear them tendons, man. Just stay away from tearing yourself. That's about it for tendons. You know? Oh, okay.
But there's something even worse here. Where's the eraser?
Behind.
Osteo means means dealing with the bones. Specifically, nope, that's the wrong one. That's the one that I'm not doing.
It's fine, you just cut this out. Just cut this out.
Specifically, osteosarcoma, which is a type of bone cancer that begins in the cells that form in the bones. It's most commonly found in arms and legs. And it's specifically in the bones of children and young adults. And it's really bad.
Okay. Osteosarcoma, cancer, actually does suck. I'm not going to make a joke about that. Cancer, not a good thing to have. Think I was going to make a joke about that? Yeah. Osteo. You heard it. You know what it means. But you know what you don't know? Osteoporosis. Osteoporosis. It's another thing in the bones, except this time, it's when your bones get old. You know what else gets old? People. So when people get old, the bones get old, right? Right?
Yep.
Yep. So when the bones get old, they get raggedy. We don't like raggedy, and they get thin and they break. Just like you one day, if you break. Don't break. That's my osteoporosis. Old bones. Old